Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. This is a brand new channel called Dave Tech. I am Dave, and I'm going to take a minute to tell you where Dave comes from and what this channel is about. This will probably be the longest video that you get from me because the rest of our videos are going to be tutorial or help related that are non Windows tutorials. I have another place for those. So these are going to be things that I find interesting and things that I think people might like to know or might help others. That's what we're here to do. There will be very few intros to this, very few scripts. We're just kind of going to get down to business. Basic tutorial, get you in, get you out. One of the things I know quite a bit about is web hosting and WordPress. So I'm going to jump in with some WordPress tutorials here right off the bat. And just to get you started, we're going to talk about a program called LocalWP. And before I get into what LocalWP is, the name may give you a clue. I'm going to remind you that not all hosting companies are created equal. The one that I recommend, and you might find some interesting things over there, will be down in the description below and will probably be down in this video somewhere with a special coupon code for those watching the video. Now, the particular hosting company that I'm referring to is a fully managed hosting company with good old fashioned American support, good old English speaking folks that use common sense and have got over 30 years experience in hosting and hosting WordPress sites. Cheaper than all those others out there with no gotchas, no get ups, no gizmos, no gadgets, no second year increases, none of that good stuff. So, if you want good hosting that is managed, good people, straight to the point, kind of like these tutorials are going to be, check that description down below. Might be something there that will interest you. Now, let's get back to LocalWP. LocalWP is an app that runs on either Windows or Mac that will allow you to install WordPress in a WordPress environment on your local PC. Now, before we go any further, I don't want anybody saying, well, is my computer going to be accessible to the internet? No. Is my website going to be accessible to the internet? Absolutely not. Can I host my website because I have local WP? No. I, I answer these questions because these are questions that I've had before. Now, once I design my site in LocalWP, can I transfer that to a WordPress host? The answer to that is yes, in most cases, depending on how that particular host is set up. The reason we're using LocalWP here at Dave Tech is because I want something simple, something we can spin up multiple instances of WordPress websites to do these tutorials and them not have to worry about being internet accessible or anything like that, and we can create them and destroy them as needed. So we're going to jump right in here. We're going to scoot down here to create new site. We're going to create our tutorial as our first tutorial. You have two choices here. You have the option to create a new site, and then you have the option to create a blueprint. Or if you have an existing site, you can work through this migrator here to get it over into LocalWP. That's not what we're going to do here. We're going to start a brand new website. No plugins, no nothing. We're going to start with a basic install of WordPress. So we're going to click New Site, and then we're going to come over here and click Continue. We're going to give it a name. We're going to call it, let's call it Dave Tech Demo 1. All right, if you look down below, we'll go over roughly what these advanced options are. This is your local domain. Once your site is set up, you can type this domain in and see your website in a web browser if you were to choose to. This is where your website will be stored on your PC. So we're going to click continue. We're going to choose the preferred option here. We'll get into the custom options later. You've got PHP 8.2.27, which is not the latest version of PHP. The latest version, I believe, is 8.4.8.5. But 8.2 is where most plugins are stable right now, and most themes are stable. We'll get into stability and what can cause instability in a different video. You've got your database server version is MySQL 8.0.35. WordPress does require a database. That is where your data is stored, such as your post and your content and your pages. So we're going to click continue. We're going to give it a username. This is your admin username. Be smart here. We're going to go with Dave. Since this is a local instance, we'll go with something very simple. Again, if you're doing this on a live web server, please make sure you use secure passwords. You would want to put in an email here. We're going to leave an email blank for now. WordPress multi-site is no. We'll get into what a WordPress multi-site is later. We are going to click add here, and we're going to give our PC, which is a Lenovo Legion gaming PC, about 30 to 60 seconds to spin up our website instance here. That's essentially what it's doing. I've got to give Windows permission. So the answer to that is yes, and we're back to recording. We're installing WordPress now. We're going to give it a few seconds, and our dashboard here will fill in here, and we'll be able to see how we're set up, and I'll go over that with you, and we'll stop this video. And in the next video, we'll jump into WordPress options. Okay, WordPress is installed. We have a web server of Nginx. That can vary by host. Most hosts use Nginx. Some use Apache, some use Lightspeed. There's that PHP version we talked about. There's your database, your one-click admin. Your WordPress version is 6.91. Now, I'm not going to do that here because that's going to open a different screen. If I was to go WP admin, it would take me to the dashboard in a web browser. If I was to click open site, it would open up this site, dave-tech-demo.local. It would open that in a web browser. And if I'm done for the day or done for the time being, I just click stop site. But make sure if you're using this, you save everything before you click stop site. Now, I'm going to stop this video here. The next time we do a video, we're going to get into that WordPress dashboard. We're going to show you how to change your site title, how to set up your admin email, how to change your admin email, how to add users, and give you some tips about how to add users. We're going to talk about permalinks. We're going to talk about what my favorite plugins are and what plugins you should use on any WordPress website. We're going to have a little series here. So, leave it in the comments down below if you're interested. Don't forget to subscribe. And of course, don't forget to check that description down there for some hosting deals. There'll always be a deal of some sort in the hosting or in the description of these videos. And who knows, you might find something interesting. Make sure you check it out. I'll drop it down below. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being patient through our first video. We will see you next time. This is Dave, over and out. Bye-bye.